You don't need beauty sleep, you need science sleep. They say beauty sleep is a myth. And they're right. If you're sleeping at 3 a.m. with TikTok light burning holes in your retina, today we're talking about real science-based sleep. The kind that keeps your skin firm, your hormones happy, and your brain from resembling a forgotten avocado. Your body isn't guessing what time it is. It has a master clock in your brain called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, which gets its instructions from light. Light in your eyes every morning tells your body to wake up, it's repair time later. Light at night tells your body, party on, collagen, and that's when your skin quietly quits. Research shows that just 10 to 30 minutes of morning light resets your circadian rhythm, boosts serotonin, and even improves sleep quality at night. In fact, one study found that exposure to bright morning light improved sleep efficiency from 80% to nearly 84% compared to normal indoor lighting. Translation: your morning coffee isn't as powerful as a sunrise walk. Even a short dawn stroll is a circadian tune-up with measurable sleep benefits. So if you're doom scrolling under fluorescent light at midnight, your mitochondria are writing angry emails. Now, rule 1, get light early. Go outside with an hour of waking. No sunglasses, no glass barriers. Rule 2, dim your evenings. Screens, bright LEDs, ceiling lights all confuse your brain into thinking it's high noon in Vegas. And yes, blue light glasses, well, the science says they might help some people, like shift workers or chronic night owls, but for most of us, they're placebo with a side of orange tint. In 2023, a Cochrane review concluded that blue light filtering lenses probably make little or no difference in sleep quality or visual comfort in the general population. So don't throw your money at amber lenses unless you have already fixed your timing. It's not the gadget, it's the light timing that matters. They say nothing good happens after midnight, and your hormones agree. Here's the deal. Your body doesn't just care how much you sleep, but when. Around 9 p.m., your brain's pineal gland begins secreting melatonin, the hormone that tells every organ, night mode on. This surge peaks between 10 p.m. and midnight when your body temperature drops and repair enzymes start firing. Growth hormone, your body's in-house collagen booster, spikes roughly 1 hour after you fall asleep, but only if you have entered deep, slow wave sleep. Growth hormone helps repair muscle, builds skin collagen, and even improves fat metabolism. Now, if you miss the early sleep window and you clip that natural pulse, you can't make it up with a lie-in. Growth hormone release depends on timing, not total hours. Cortisol, the stress hormone, has the opposite rhythm. It lowers around midnight, then it rises from 4 a.m. to 6 a.m. to wake you. So if you're still scrolling TikTok at 1 a.m., cortisol stays high, and then melatonin flatlines. Your body thinks it's jet-lagged in Vegas. Meanwhile, insulin sensitivity and cellular paragenes follow the same 24-hour script. Studies in cell metabolism in 2019 shows that nighttime eating or sleep delays shift these genes out of sync, leading to slower tissue repair and accelerated aging markers. And yes, parents might be right. Kids who sleep earlier often do grow taller, not because of fairy dust, but because that growth hormone pulse is proportionately larger during puberty and mostly secreted in the first third of the night. Chronic late nights can blunt it. Translation: sleep isn't a passive activity, it's hormone symphony. Melatonin cues the lights, growth hormone does the repair, cortisol resets the stage for tomorrow, and all three perform best when curtain time starts around 10 p.m. After that, the orchestra still plays, but half the musicians have gone home. Here's where the night shift gets anabolic. Growth hormone isn't just an anti-aging hormone, it's also your body's internal personal trainer. About 70% of daily growth hormone secretion happens during deep, slow wave sleep, primarily in the first 2 sleep cycles, roughly between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. Now, why does that matter? Because growth hormone drives muscle protein synthesis, fat metabolism, and tissue repair, especially after strength training. Now, if you miss that deep sleep window, and you're literally cutting short your body's recovery session. Now, a landmark study from University of Chicago found that sleep deprivation less than 5 hours for even a few nights caused a 30 to 40% drop in growth hormone secretion. Another study showed that irregular sleep timing, even with the same total hours, reduced muscle glycogen restoration and testosterone levels after exercise. In other words, you can lift all you want, but if you're up late watching Netflix, you're telling your muscles, sorry, gym's closed. And while naps help, they can't fully replace that early night deep sleep where growth hormone peaks. Think of it like missing your most important Zoom meeting with your repair crew. They'll still show up, but only half of them clock in. Now let's talk about sleep supplements, also known as the Wild West of wellness. Melatonin works if your sleep clock is off, like jet lag or night shift, but isn't a cure for scrolling at 1 a.m. A 2019 trial combining melatonin, magnesium, and vitamin B found significant improvements in insomnia symptoms over 3 months. But dosage matters. More isn't better. Studies show that the lowest doses, typically 0.3 to 1 milligram taken 30 to 60 minutes before bed, are often more effective than higher doses, which can actually disrupt your natural rhythm or cause grogginess the next morning. Magnesium. Now that gets a shout out for a reason. A large cohort study found that higher magnesium intake was linked to better sleep quality. A meta-analysis of randomized controlled trials showed that magnesium reduced time to fall asleep by roughly 17 minutes in older adults. But not all forms are equal. Magnesium glycinate is best for relaxation and gentle on the gut. Magnesium threonate can support brain health and sleep architecture, while citrate may cause loose stools. If your diet's low in greens, nuts, or whole grains, magnesium might help you sleep smoother. Glycine, the underdog amino acid. A 3-gram dose before bed improved next day alertness and shortened sleep onset in a human trial. It also helps lower core body temperature by improving blood flow to the skin. Translation, it cools your body and your nerves. Valerian, chamomile, unicorn tears. Well, the evidence, cute but patchy. Prescription sleep meds, the heavy hitters like Xanax, Stilnox, or Zolpidem, do knock you out, but not always in a restorative way. They are sedatives, not sleep architects. Studies show they can reduce deep, slow-wave sleep and cause dependency or rebound insomnia when stopped. In short, they are good for short emergencies, not long-term beauty sleep. And trazodone, the ex-antidepressant turned trendy sleep med, well, the big sleep society say it's not first line. It has a small effect, possible side effects. Think of it like borrowing money from the future. You'll pay it back with interest. So supplements can be a nice assist, but habits still run the show because you can't out-supplement bad timing and caffeine. Now, here's a question I get a lot. What if you wake up a few times during the night? Does it ruin your sleep? The answer depends on what happens next. If you drift back to sleep easily, waking briefly isn't catastrophic. Humans naturally cycle through stages of light, deep, and REM sleep about every 90 minutes, so short awakenings can be part of the normal rhythm. But if you're lying awake for more than 20 minutes, clock watching, or stressing, that's when it becomes disruptive. Studies using EEG data show that fragmented sleep, even with the same total duration, leads to lower slow wave and REM proportions, which affects memory, emotional regulation, and hormone balance. So if your nights are peppered with wake-ups, the focus should be on improving continuity, not chasing perfection. A calm pre-sleep routine, cooler room, and consistent wake time can smooth those bumps. Here's where things get fun. Temperature. You can actually sleep better when your core body temperature drops. So studies show a warm bath or shower 1 to 2 hours before bed helps, because after you step out from that warm bath, your body will cool, signaling sleep. One study of millions of sleep tracker nights found hotter ambient temperatures shorten sleep by delaying onset. So yes, your grandma was right. A hot soak before bed is anti-aging. Cold plunges, biohack, or buzzkill. Now, cold plunges are great for morning alertness or recovery, but not ideal right before bed. They trigger a sympathetic, a fight or flight response that raises your core body temperature and adrenaline, the opposite of what your body needs to produce melatonin and drift off. Your body naturally cools down as part of its sleep initiation process, so a cold plunge will interrupt that rhythm. If you love your ice bath, do them earlier, ideally 3 to 4 hours before sleep to let your core temperature normalize. Save the pre-bed ritual for warm and calm, not shivers and cortisol. And those cooling beds or water circulating mattresses, early studies show better sleep and fewer hot flashes especially in menopausal women. Just don't confuse comfort with cure. They are tools, not miracles. Sleep trackers? Well, love them, but don't worship them. They are great for spotting patterns, but not diagnosing problems. When you start losing sleep because your watch says your sleep score sucks, that's called orthosomnia. Remember, data helps, obsession doesn't. And now for the viral trends. Mouth taping. The science is, well, limited. It may help in some mouth snorers, but if you've got sleep apnea, you're basically DIYing a suffocation kit. Don't tape first, test first, because your airway deserves medical attention, not masking tape. So what does those real beauty sleep look like? You wake at a consistent hour, you get daylight in your eyes within 60 minutes, you eat dinner early, you keep your room cool, you avoid caffeine after lunch and drama after dinner. You let your circadian rhythm clock in and out like a disciplined intern. The result? Better melatonin, steadier cortisol, improved collagen turnover, and fewer "why do I look so tired" mornings. So no, beauty sleep isn't a myth. It's just badly marketed. You don't need fancy sleep gadgets or sketchy pills. You just need to stop confusing your body clock. Sleep early and light right, cool down, and let your skin do its night shift. Because the ultimate anti-aging serum is 8 hours long, it's free, and if you've enjoyed this deep dive into science-backed beauty sleep, don't just hit snooze, hit subscribe. So the new episodes of Chai Files drop every week where we peel back pretty packaging and talk about what actually works from anti-aging to wellness without the marketing fluff. I'm Dr. Low Chai Ling. Thank you for listening, and remember, sleep early, glow responsibly, and I'll see you in your dreams or in next week's episode.